Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Kraken Noel, and so we went over the Dev Notes 3 today, but there's been a lot of things that have come out since Dev Note 3 in regards to companions that I kind of want to take a closer look at. We were talking in the Marvel Future Revolution Discord today, and Danny Q stopped by and talked about companions a little bit. And I want to take note that some people are missing. It says, in addition, 4 Eternals will join Marvel Future Revolution Universe as companion. Notice it says in addition. A lot of people are thinking that they're only adding 4 this patch, but from what Danny was saying, it makes it sound like there's going to be multiple. Maybe the way it's kind of vague. It could be like 4 now and then just more added completely, but he did say there are tons of them. So I'm gonna pull up Discord as well because we were kind of talking about it, and he was saying that the companions come with both active and passives. I don't think I can zoom in here, but right here he's saying the companions come with an active and a passive. So what that kind of makes it sound like to me is you get 4 of these things that you can equip, right? Kind of equip, follow you around, something like that, right? So let's say we'll just use Eternals because we know Eternals are coming for sure. You have Cersei, Icarus, Gilgamesh, and Athena. So you equip them, now they're with you. He kind of alluded to they're more of a summon if you've ever played Final Fantasy 8. You can equip them in the Junction system and they give you stats. That might be the passives. And then they have an active, which would be their summon. So let's say you bring out Gilgamesh and he comes out and smashes Dormammu or something, you know? And I think that's pretty cool. There's already ways to cap out some stats in the game or focus on some stats, but what if like Gilgamesh gave you defense, and Athena gave you attack, and Cersei gave you, defense pierce, or just whatever, What if that's something the game does? Does that sound cool to you guys? Does that sound something like would be interesting? For me, I kind of hope it's that way, but I also kind of hope that the companions play with each other in a sense that, let's say, you do the Eternals. If you equip 4 Eternals, you get like a bonus passive, a bonus stat, or they do stuff together. So that way you could use a hodgepodge of companions like a Scarlet Witch and a Winter Soldier and a Moon Knight and a Daredevil, and they might not go together, but they'll still have actives and passives. But then would that also just turn this into like a new badge type system? Like, oop, I got my 4 Eternals. They're the 4 best in slot for this, and they do that. Now, he did allude a little further down that he did say that there will be tons of these and that different ones would be used for different situations. So Eternals might be good for this fight, and Defenders might be good for this fight, etc., etc. And I think that is a freaking awesome concept to bring to the game, because this allows Netmarble to kind of skirt around the question of adding multiple heroes to the game, because now they can say, well, we already added Thor and Hulk and Scarlet Witch and Daredevil and Moon Knight, and now they're your companions, but they won't be playable. You know what I mean? So now we might get flooded with new characters to the game that are just companions and not playable, and then every 6 months, get an actual playable character. Who knows? But I kind of like the way this is going, and I like the discussion that was held in Discord chat. I mean, it went on and on and on. We were talking about it here. You're going to get them through events. You're going to get them through Convergium Box. I'm sure there's going to be some paid ones. There are going to be different rarities of companions. That was another important thing. So there might be a companion that does more than another companion when it's equipped. So, I think that was all that was talked about that we could just pull out on a whim like that. Like I mentioned, he just emphasized a bunch of them, and that just makes me think we're now on a WoW type level, like a pet collector almost, if you will, but these might actually give you some stuff. Then we were just memeing around in here. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anything before I send you guys on your way. Talking about Groot, Baby Groot. He did not confirm that, by the way. We were just talking about Baby Groot. All right, we talked a little bit about magic. He just said pay attention to his next stream, but he also didn't give us a date that will have magic information. So we're just going to wrap this up, guys. We're kind of rambling on now, but I just thought it would be fun to talk about some of the things that happened in Discord, because we didn't know there was going to be multiple rarities. We didn't know there was going to be tons of them. We didn't know we're not only just getting the 4 Eternals, and we didn't know that they have actives and passives. That's freaking awesome. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about this system, and are you excited that you might get to play with some of these NPCs that are in the game, or does it really disappoint you that you might not get to see some of the people to play with in the future? All right, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you on the next one. All right, we're going to add a little bit more onto this. I was kind of talking again inside of Discord, and we were talking more about companions, and we started talking about how they're going to work, and he said it's more akin to a Final Fantasy system. And I immediately thought of the Final Fantasy VIII Junction system, which allows you to equip, I'll bring it up down here. So the player can customize their party by junctioning Guardian Forces, aka our companions, and grant them stat upgrades, ability commands that can be used in battle, and elemental and status element attack and resistances. What precisely can be upgraded depends on the companion the player has junctioned and what the companion has learned. So basically, if you've never played Final Fantasy VIII before, you can equip certain companions or guardian forces inside that game to your character, which grants specific stats, and then the summon or companion can be called out when certain requirements are met, whether it be like the mana, etc., and after a cooldown can do their active ability. And I believe that's alluding to exactly how this is going to happen in the game. Call me crazy, but if they add a Final Fantasy VIII style junction system to this game with companions, I'm going to lose my absolute mind, because Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite game. And the junction system was fantastic. It's the best way to summon characters I've played from any Final Fantasy, and I just want to add that bit to this video because that is a zinger and a half. Now I'll really see you on the next one.